Hello, I'm here with Sarah Kay, our lead VAT writer, to talk about recent changes HMRC have introduced at the option to tax national unit. So Sarah, first question, what is the option to tax?
Thank you, Amanda. Very briefly, the normal rule is that the sale or lease of a commercial property is exempt from VAT. If the person selling or leasing the property opts to tax, the sale or lease becomes subject to VAT, which enables the opter to recover input VAT they've incurred on their costs.
So that does sound a bit complicated. So how do people opt to tax their property?
It is quite complicated, but it's very straightforward in practice. The opter completes a very simple form and sends it to the option to tax national unit.
So what has changed at the option to tax unit?
Well, until the 31st of January this year, HMRC would reply to all option to tax notifications with a formal letter confirming that the option to tax had taken effect.
Okay.
From 1st of February this year, HMRC will no longer be sending formal acknowledgements out. Option to tax notifications are sent in by email, and unless they need specific permission to opt, all an opter will receive is an automated email receipt confirming that the email was sent in.
Why is this change so concerning?
Well, the formal letters that HMRC sent out not only provided comfort to opters that their option to tax had taken effect, they also provided comfort to the people renting or purchasing the property that there was an option to tax in place and that VAT had been properly charged. All the email auto reply will confirm is that a message was sent to HMRC, and the only identifying information contained in that will be what the opter has put in the subject line of the email.
So I see, there is a real risk, isn't there, of that negotiating some property transactions will become more complex. I think because opters cannot easily provide definite evidence, I suppose, that they have a valid option to tax.
Exactly. And a second potential issue is that record keeping with regard to the option to tax could become more challenging. It can be difficult to track down an email that was received by a specific member of staff some years after it is sent, particularly if that staff member has moved on. So people really need to focus on how they're going to keep track of these things.
I know what I'm like with my emails. So surely, if an email is lost or mislaid, it's just a matter really of contacting the option to tax unit to find out what they have on file?
Sadly, it may not be. As well as ceasing to send out formal acknowledgements, the option to tax unit is also, from 1st of February, not responding to requests for option to tax confirmation. The unit will only reply to such requests if the option to tax is over 6 years old, or the opter is in an insolvency procedure and the request is made by an insolvency practitioner or administrator.
Yeah, I know we've had a conversation about this and I know that you are concerned about it. So what advice would you give to businesses?
I am concerned, and I think businesses and their advisors, which includes solicitors and accountants, etc., need to educate themselves about this change. The HMRC brief announcing the change is available on the HMRC website, and we at Croner Eye have comprehensive coverage on all aspects of the option to tax in our commentary, and there are links attached to this this video.
Gosh, okay. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you.
My pleasure.